The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate. It's in the middle of the year, time to do some tax planning. Also, windows and doors, important parts of your house. Again, is Ocala a great place to invest? It's just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate.
Your debt does not have to control your life. You have the power to potentially lower or even eliminate your debt. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life.
Welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, seasoned investor, or even sold your home this year, this next 30 minutes is designed just for you. Think of it like hitting multiple open houses, all from your living room, with my attorney advice throughout the way. Any questions whatsoever during the program, the phone number is right here, 407-205-0400. You want to start your house hunt right now, you will need to get pre-approved. Dallas Lehman standing by at that very same phone number, 407-205-0400. Great show ahead, but first, the opening statement. Several things going on today that I want to address. Number one is we are right here mid-year right now. And I know a lot of you have taken advantage of this market and sold a house. You have some cash sitting around, but you're worried a little bit about what that's going to do to your taxes at the end of this year on April 15th of next year. Now is the time to review what is going on mid-year for you to prepare for your taxes at the end of the year. Also, a lot of issues lately that I've noticed about people breaking into homes. I don't know what's going on out there, but crime seems to be going up a little bit. I have a way for you to protect your home. Also, I'll get you updated on what's going on with the insurance claims and all of the laws that have been changing when it comes to your roof, and plenty more questions that we will answer by asking real questions. Every Saturday here on the program, we ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Kick it off today with our good buddy, Fortress Wealth Group, John Ledford is here. John, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. And you?
A lot of people have created some wealth this year
Sure.
by selling real estate. And you know, you get excited, you see that settlement statement, and at the bottom it shows that you're going to walk away with a check at closing of this much money, and they're like, oh, sweet. But this can be a problem, especially if it's not a primary home, and especially if that check's big, it can be a problem as April 15th hits next year. You're going to owe some taxes.
Right.
We're right in the middle of the year.
Yep.
What can I do to really check in on taxes and tax savings?
Sure. Well, now is the best time to be asking that question because now is the best time to plan for year end and get access to every tool that might be available to you between now and then. So if you're working with a financial advisor who understands tax and understands how that impacts everything, whether or not it's an asset they manage, then what you want to do is corral your assets, and you want to find out, first of all, do I have any loss carry forwards from prior years that maybe I could use to apply to that gain that I just got? You also might want to look at your existing portfolio, real estate, stock, or other, and find out, do I want to execute some transactions that might generate losses, therefore to augment the tax picture as well? A lot of people who invested in 2022 had losses in 2022. A lot of those people may or may not have sold, and oftentimes we can harvest those losses to offset the gain. Aside from those two things, there's also a lot of specific tax credit or deduction related investments that clients could be taking, utilizing those assets in a meaningful way to reduce that tax liability. And then also the last one for our real estate community is maybe they actually want to redeploy it in some additional real estate.
Sure.
And if they've missed the boat on a 1031 exchange, there's still super cool stuff they could do, like a cost segregation study and other things that could radically reduce their taxes. The bottom line, they need to get a chat with someone who understands that landscape and can walk them through it.
And you're the guy for sure. And by the way, I put a QR code on the screen for you to connect directly with John. Take your phone out, scan the QR code, your info goes directly to John. And this is all free. Like, this is a free consultation, 100%, with literally the best in the business. And even before, I remember the first time I met you, we were in the other studio. I was already very skeptical of what I call the big box investment store, because I know for a fact that those people get paid more money. They put you in certain things, they get paid more money.
Sure.
That's not doing what's good for you, it's doing what's good for them. Yeah. And I knew that you were a fiduciary, I knew you were a certified financial planner, but then when I heard your strategies and your overall, you want to know everything about your client, to really look at everything overall, and to look at the tax savings as well, because that really helps someone over the years gain wealth.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've had this conversation, we have this conversation with our clients every day, and whether you meet with me or one of our other advisors, we look very, very closely at their tax picture. It's usually something I do several times a day with new or existing clients, because we've seen over and over and over the magnified effect on their wealth of meaningful savings on their taxes. And so it's very rare that we meet with someone where we can't save them significant amounts of money. And usually when you aggregate what those dollars are, it represents a 5, 10, 15, 20, 30% return on their related investment capital. So we don't believe as investment advisors you should only be narrowly focused on one little sleeve of financial planning. Right. You need to be holistic in nature. You need to understand tax. And we need to bring advice that's holistic, even if it's in areas where we don't get paid. Ultimately, helping someone grow their net worth is how long-term, how we build great relationships and how we will get paid. So we're super focused on those things.
What are the concerns people have when they first come to see you? Someone who maybe hasn't had a financial advisor, or they've been shopping at Walmart or what in the investment.
Yeah.
What are the concerns when they come to see you?
I think the first thing that we do, and I think this is one of the things we do better than anyone else, is we put people at ease and we let them know whatever you've done or not done, we're not going to criticize, we're not going to berate them or a former advisor. We just want to get to know them. And so we put people at ease in an environment that allows us just to very easily walk through who they are financially. We want to understand who they are and then help them get to where they want to go in the most effective way. And so that's the process that we go through. It's really simple, and it's very much like friends hanging out doing stuff together.
How does it feel when you see someone comes in scared, they've never hired anyone like you, and then 2-3 years later they see their wealth increasing? How does that make you feel?
It's incredible. It makes me feel amazing. You know, people increase their wealth, they refer friends and family, and we've got this growing network of people that we're serving, and they go from depending on their state, right, somewhere that wasn't as great to where they are today. Gives me a tremendous sense of comfort in what we do as a firm and how we're able to help people.
John Ledford, Fortress Wealth Group, great job as always. Last chance to scan the QR code that's on the screen right now, or call us directly, 407-205-0400. A phone call that you and your family will always be thankful that you made. Here's what we're going to do. Everyone is worried about the safety of their home. You're buying the Ring doorbell cameras. You're doing all sorts of things to make sure your house is safe. There's one thing that you're not doing that you should, as You Have Real Estate continues.
Have you been threatened by the IRS? You are not helpless. You have the power to fight wage garnishments and fight levies on your accounts. I'm Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life.
Welcome back to the show. As homeowners, obviously safety of our home is very important to us, right? You see everyone now and their brother has a Ring doorbell camera. You're making sure the locks work. What I've noticed in a lot of criminal cases, I am a lawyer as well, is a lot of these people who are breaking and entering are coming in through your windows. Pretty scary, because we have a lot of windows in our home. So as you're thinking about how to secure your home and make it safe, you need to think about the windows as well. Dan Brigman is here, Renewal by Andersen. No one thinks about this, but people break in through windows all the time.
All the time. Florida is big on, having a lot of landscaping, a lot of big bushes and things that it makes it very easy for criminals to go behind these things and break into easy access areas.
And it's these older windows that really weren't very secure. Half the time they don't even work. and they make it really easy to break in. What do you guys do with your windows to make them safe?
Well, we do quite a few things, but let's just start with the glass itself. Most window manufacturers today, when they insert a glass pack in a window, it's held in by a glazing bead, which means you can pop that glazing bead out or either heat up a knife and go around it and push the glass pack out. It's easy entry, and the alarm probably will not go off unless you have a motion detector or something like that in your home. And so what we've done at Renewal by Andersen is we've got 3 major patents on our window. The first is our meeting rail has a 180-degree cam locking system that has an overlocking lip. That means you can't wedge anything up in it, you can't pull it apart, you can't do any of that. We have cam locking systems on the side of our window, and the last thing, if you really, just absolutely want to feel as secure as possible, you can go with what we call our Coastal Security Combined Glass. And you won't get through that.
Is that right?
This is right.
Good deal. And QR code is on the screen, connects you directly with Dan, or call the phone number 407-205-0400. And just for you, Dan does this quite a bit, but this one's pretty darn good. If they hit the QR code on the screen, you've got what to offer now?
Yeah. So most of us have probably seen the 20% off offer, but that's typically only on a door or a window, not both. Now it's on anything and everything, including the front entry door system. And so that is a promotion. And then we've done something even more crazy with our financing options, or what we like to call our easy pay. It doesn't take a smart person to figure out that the interest rates have gone up like crazy, especially on non-secured loans. They're 9, they're 12, they're 24%, crazy things. We have chosen to keep our interest rates at about 6.9, 4.9, and 2.9, depending on your credit. But we're not going to come out there and take advantage of you on that end. But at the end of the day, our easy pay programs with your energy savings and such, and our low finance rates, you can't beat. And then our 12-month no-nos, our 24-month no-no, and we've got a super special one. We even go 48 months no payment. That one has a minimum payment, but it's small.
I love it. Now, it is hot. Normally, the heat doesn't really bother me till July. This year, I feel like it's been hot already. And normally, I don't even notice my electric bill skyrocketing until July, but I'm already seeing it right now. And what people don't think about sometimes is how the windows can really affect the energy efficiency of your home and directly affect the electricity bill.
Yeah, they sure can. You know, years ago, in 2003 and before, there was no requirement Energy Star rating that you had to have a certain efficiency rating, or what we call in the window business a U value, okay? Much like R value when you're thinking of the pink insulation. And so what you can notice in older windows, that protection is not there. But when you get new technology with the UV coating, it enhances that. It stops the white light from coming through, and you will no longer feel that heat coming through. The question is, how long will that protection last?
Right.
Much like paint jobs, they make a very thin version of it, and then they have a really nice version. When you buy a Renewal by Andersen window, the day you buy it, the energy efficient rating will be the same 20 years from the day you buy it, from the day you install it. We're the only window in the industry that can prove that.
Unbelievable. You guys are just, it's different. It's a different experience working with you. The people that we've sent over, the family and friends that I know that you've talked to, just that whole experience of calling saying, I don't know, I know my windows are old and I don't really trust them. What do I do? That trust that RBA has developed is truly top of the industry, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'll give it credit where credit belongs. Our culture is amazing. It's our people, it's our process, and it's our product. We treat your home as if it is our own, and we're going to treat your family the same way.
I love it. Dan Brigman, excellent job as always. QR code on the screen connects you directly to Renewal by Andersen. This cost you $0 and 0 cents for them to come in and tell you What do you need to do with your windows on your home? The windows are super important when it comes to your home. They really are, and people just don't think about it. Good job, Renewal by Andersen. A very quick break. When we return, it's hot, yes. It's raining like crazy. Your roof is leaking. What do you do? As You Have Real Estate continues.
You can be an agent that struggles to get ahead in the competitive real estate world, or you can learn from the best and achieve success. Visit youhaveafutureinrealestate.com and sign up for the Jumpstart program. Get coaching tips and important tools that will help you jumpstart your real estate career. Sign up today and get 10% off your Jumpstart program when you use code word LEARN. Visit youhaveafutureinrealestate.com today and gain the real estate knowledge you need to succeed.
Welcome back to the show. It's summertime, it's hot, but it's raining like crazy. It feels like it's been raining more this summer already than it has in previous summers. And what happens when it rains is, especially those of us that own a home, sometimes you see leaks in your roof and it's scary. Quite frankly, it is scary when you see your roof leaking. What do you do about it? You've also heard all these rumors lately about, oh, insurance companies are dropping you, or insurance companies are denying all these claims because of law changes. There's a lot of misinformation out there. And I want to get the right information out to you. I've invited our very good friends from Universal Roof Contracting, Justin, and happy birthday, bro,
hey,
by
man.
the way.
Thank you, man.
I hate it when I've spent 2 hours with you so far, and I'm just finding out it's his birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you, boss. I appreciate it.
And Cory's here as well. And you have a birthday this year as well.
This year, I do.
I love it.
Yeah.
So what is going on out there? We've read the headlines. The insurance industry is changing. The homeowners insurance policies are dropping all the time. I mean, what are you seeing down in the trenches? Because what you do is you go to someone's house, they think they need a new roof, and you guide them through that whole process. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this before, but I think honest assessment are the two words that come to mind. So when we come to your house, we get to a full inspection. We're looking for collateral damage. If your roof is leaking, we're trying to figure out why it's leaking, exactly how that adds up. And if you have true textbook storm damage, and what I mean by that is real storm damage, then we would show you photos of that and walk you through the process of understanding what to do with the insurance company. We are starting to see, all of the chaos that's happened over the last several years is starting to regulate a little bit. It seems like insurance companies are approving roofs that are actually damaged, and there's not this song and dance anymore. But then there's also the dreaded letter that we are getting, where insurance companies are writing letters to their homeowners, putting them in a position to have to get a new roof, even if it's not damaged. Yeah. So we're seeing a lot of different things out there, but it's starting to normalize a little bit.
A lot of roofing companies that you call, and I know this, I see it firsthand, they won't even come to your house. So you call them, they'll say, oh, look, I've got Google Earth. I'll just do that, and I'll tell you what you need. I don't think this is a good strategy. The strategy normally does not work, and that roofing company's normally not reliable whatsoever. And now, Justin, you've lived in this world for a long time, so you live and breathe it.
Sure.
But the homeowner that you go to see, they don't know, and they just don't know what's going on. They don't know what to do. The first meeting with them is at their house.
And it's so crucial. I mean, putting boots on the roof and being able to walk that homeowner through really an education process. I mean, I leave homeowners' houses all the time that have just a wealth of knowledge that they never even cared about having before I got there. But once you explain it to them, paint that picture, show them where the vulnerabilities are, really how we build and construct their roof, they start to buy into the fact that this is extremely important. I can't just go off whatever the cheapest estimate is. Scope of work matters in this industry, so crucial. And the way we paint that picture, we tee it up that we're going to be building that roof to the absolute best standards that we possibly know. We parallel that with Owens Corning roofing systems that have the same standards as us. I mean, we're not going to do anything to your roof that we wouldn't do to our own. And man, that's just what we've been doing for 30 years in your own backyard, and we just couldn't be happier here.
Yeah, our special gift to you today is a QR code on the screen that will connect you directly with Universal Roof and Contracting, and they're going to help hold your hand through this process. Do you make a claim with the insurance company? Who do you call? Who comes out first? These are things that we don't know. You're not a roofer, I'm not a roofer, I get it. That's why you need professional roofers next to you during this entire process. And look, make an insurance claim. The worst they can do is say no. at the end of the day. And sometimes, Cory, you see the insurance company deny a roof claim, but someone needs a new roof. If you don't repair a roof that's very bad, other things bad can happen to your home.
Sure, yeah. I mean, there's the denial that we see where you're kind of like, man, I don't believe this got denied.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a muscle that needs to be flexed,
Sure.
in regards to that. But sometimes, it's gray area, the insurance company denies it, and really the homeowner's put in a position where they have to make a decision. That's where we come into, the size of the roof, the pitch of the roof, the accessories determine the cost. And we put together, as Justin mentioned, a scope of work that makes sense for your roof. That's another reason satellite estimates don't work, is you can't see all those little nooks and crannies and accessories. And then we have financing options. We have payment plans, we have financing options, we have all sorts of different ways to help a homeowner get in front of it rather than sit and live in denial about the fact that their roof is leaky.
Right. And a roof is an expense. Look, if you have to write one check for a roof, it can get expensive, of course. But if you pay it over time, it's not that bad. They've set up a program where it's just simply not that bad. I mean, you've made it manageable financially, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, flexibility with financing. We're not there to take food off of anybody's table. And because these insurance letters are going out, it's putting homeowners in a position that they were not ready for. And these letters are not coming with very generous time frames to act on. So having that financing available, and there's specific plans that just whatever matches with your needs the best, that's what's going to get you through this project, get the insurance off your back, give you a brand new roof without any real worry about how you're going to stomach the investment.
That's right. People have been raving about you both since you've been here today. Dallas Lehman said he owed you a bottle of something for helping his client out too. But that's the feedback I always get. Like, there's no BS. Like, everyone that we send to you, they're always happy. They always say thank you for calling them, because it's an industry that has some bad actors. I'm nervous for people at home who call the wrong roofing company because it can go poorly. Thank you so much, Universal Roofing Contracting. Cory, happy birthday, Justin. Here's what we're going to do next. As you know, about a month ago, I fell in love with a little town called Ocala, right? Ocala, Florida. We fell in love with Elisha Lopez as well. She's going to come here today to talk about what is on the market in Ocala now. And you're investing in real estate. Is Ocala a good investment for your real estate investments as you have real estate continues?
Your debt does not have to control your life. You have the power to potentially lower or even eliminate your debt. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life.
Welcome back to the show. You might have noticed something funny around here the last month or so. I went up to Ocala to visit our good friend Elisha Lopez at Ocala Realty World. And quite honestly, I fell in love with that area. Ocala, Marion County, it's stunningly beautiful. But what I've noticed too is, as I'm here talking to you every week, some of us have been really almost priced out of this area. And you ask me, what other options do you have? I always talk about how the highways that we've built around Central Florida are making areas a little further out more accessible, but also areas such as Ocala are more price friendly for you. And it saddens me to have especially a first-time home buyer give up on their dream of buying a house. So I want to make sure you know all the options when it comes to actually getting into a house and getting out of this renting. Welcome back to the show, Elisha Lopez from Ocala Realty World. Hi, Elisha, how are you?
Good.
So Ocala, obviously a very beautiful part of the world, and it's a part of the world that you're coming from Miami. You basically grew up in Miami, I believe. You didn't even know Ocala really. You didn't know what it was all about. What is Ocala about? What is Ocala to you?
Well, it's funny. So growing up in Miami, and actually went to college for my associate's degree at UCF. And the only thing I knew about Ocala was seeing the sign for the turnpike that said Ocala North.
Right.
That was it.
Yes.
And now, gosh, 18 years later, Ocala is the horse capital of the world. But it's just beautiful. Rolling hills and yes, horse farms, but it's kind of old Florida.
Right.
All the springs and
just
beautiful scenery.
And it is growing up, of course, but for people that are down in Miami or here in Orlando, sort of in this rat race, how would you describe the lifestyle in Ocala? How does it differ from the lifestyle here?
Definitely more laid back.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody always says, oh, it's so crowded in South Florida or Central Florida, and they're just all going north.
Yeah. And so we do see a lot of families here who are with interest rates going up a little bit and the prices skyrocketing, they are struggling now to buy their next home or even buy their first home. They want to get out of these apartments that they're paying $2,200 a month for 2 bedrooms. How do the prices compare when you compare, say, Orlando versus Ocala?
It's a huge difference. You're looking at $180 a square foot in Marion County
Really?
to $245 a square foot in Orange County. So that's a huge savings.
Yeah, that is a huge difference. So are you seeing more people, are you talking to more people who are moving to Ocala, Marion County from Florida, or are these people still coming from the rest of the country?
Well, you always get from the Northeast coming down to retire. That's a given. But a huge influx of buyers are coming from Central Florida.
Really?
And it's because of the price.
Unbelievable. And a lot of people who have been used to investing in real estate, maybe to make a living, maybe flipping houses, a lot of them are struggling to find inventory here in Orlando or the outskirts of Orlando. How often are you seeing investors now come up to the Ocala and Marion County area?
On the daily. I actually have a list that they're all, let me know when you have something, because
Is that right?
everybody is fighting over it.
Okay. And so I deal with a lot of HOAs at my law firm. I represent homeowners against their HOA because HOAs are great, a necessary evil, of course, but sometimes they can take things a little bit too far, like the ruler on the grass type of deal.
Yeah.
How's the HOA situation up in Ocala?
We don't have that many.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was strange coming from South Florida that it's so common, and that's what we're used to, and I know here in Orlando as well. But it's kind of nice because there's a lot of deed restrictions, but not the homeowners associations, like you said, with the grass and, you left your garage door open. I mean, there's some communities that are getting built right now that are like that, but I would say maybe 15-20% of homeowners associations in our area. It's very low.
Wow. How do you see prices over the next, say, year, half a year to year, through the end of this year into next year? What do you think the prices are going to be like up in Ocala?
Well, we hit our peak about 9 months ago, and we did level out, but we didn't level out and go lower than most areas in Florida. So we're still pretty low, but it's higher for what Marion County has ever been. I would say our average price right now is about $285 to $325.
So it's still manageable. I mean, it's manageable, especially when you compare it to other parts of the state. Florida is becoming tough. I mean, it's tough to buy here. I'm still very bullish on the Florida real estate market, without question. But for someone who's just making a decent income, it is becoming difficult to buy. It's crazy. Elisha Lopez, Ocala Realty World, excellent work as always. If you have any interest in investing up in the villages in Ocala, or you feel like you want more of a laid-back lifestyle, Elisha will be happy to show you some properties up there, and she will do it today. Call 407-205-0400. Thank you to our WKMG base crew and all of our guests today. Special thank you for joining me every weekend. See you again next week for more You Have Real Estate.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. If you're worried about your student loan payments restarting, call me now or visit youhavepower.com.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.